Stanley Hayami was not only a decorated soldier in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team for the United States Army, he is a likable, relatable teenager who loves to draw and write and who, like me, has to work really hard to get good grades in school. In 1942, when he was 16 years old, he started a diary while attending Mark Keppel High School in Alhambra, California. Similar to Anne Frank's diary, Stanley's unique first-hand account of his experience during World War II gives us a rare glimpse into what someone my age from the Japanese American community faced during that time. After the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, negative propaganda and fear led to more than 120,000 Japanese Americans being herded up and bused to places like the Santa Anita racetrack. They had to live in the horse stalls before being sent far away to internment camps. Many families lost their businesses, homes, and land. Stanley's family was forced to leave their Hayami nursery behind in San Gabriel. It's shocking to me that Stanley and his family boarded a bus less than a mile away from where I grew up. It makes me realize how quickly our lives can be changed forever, and that we must make sure that no other Americans will ever endure such racism and injustice. Stanley Hayami continued to make entries during his time at the Heart Mountain internment camp in Wyoming. I can sense his optimism and his sense of fun in his diary entries and drawings.
I'm going into the artist-writer field, and I'm going to be the best artist in this world. The world better watch out. Hayami is going to the top.
I see so many parallels between my life and his. Just like me, Stanley was a teenager from the San Gabriel Valley and wondered what the future would hold. Like Stanley, I also want to be an artist and am currently studying at the Orange County School of the Arts. He and I both enjoy watching UCLA and USC football games. My mom went to UCLA, my dad went to USC, and I would be happy to attend either for college.
The Army man says that if we volunteer, it'll do a lot to show our loyalty and improve the relations and opinions of the American people toward us. It'll show that we are truly Americans because we volunteered despite the kicking around that we got. On the other hand, however, he says if we all do not volunteer, it'll be the other way around.
At 18, Stanley entered the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. While searching through the Go for Broke oral history archives, I was so excited to find a fellow soldier, Mr. Minoru Furuto, say this.
Do you have any close friends that you...
Well, my foxhole buddy.
What was his name?
Hayami. Stanley Hayami. You see, he went to... he was in Heart Mountain, Wyoming. Then, you see, he was sent on a scouting trip. So he had to scout the terrain there, and then he got hit, see.
Sadly, Hayami never got to return to his home in San Gabriel. He was killed in Italy aiding 2 wounded soldiers in open fire and was fatally shot. He was awarded a Bronze Star and Purple Heart posthumously. He tragically passed away weeks before the end of the war. Stanley has made me realize that we can all make a positive impact by doing what we love. He wrote that he wanted
to be more tolerant, to be more understanding of others and more appreciative.
It is important for me to speak out against injustices faced by groups like the LGBT, Asian American, Muslim American, and African American communities. I will continue to speak up and share their powerful stories. Like Stanley, I like to share my life experiences with others by writing, sharing my photography, selling my art to raise funds for the community, and being a mentor to younger generations. I am so happy to hear that the Kizuna camp, which I volunteer at, is showing a documentary about Stanley Hayami called A Flicker in Eternity. I have visited the Go for Broke monument to pay my respects to all of our brave soldiers who risked their lives for the benefit of the future generations. I was taken aback by all of the engraved names. I also immersed myself in the exhibits at the newly opened Go for Broke National Education Center. The Defining Courage experience, piece it together interactive journey made me feel like it was the 1940s again. What would I do? Would I join the army and affirm my loyalty to the country that took away my civil liberties like Stanley? It's so important for the younger generations to know what our community had to sacrifice to get to where we are now. What kind of art would Stanley be producing if he had not been killed? No doubt that he would be one of those artists who turn chaos into beauty, splashing a dark world with a warm rainbow of color. I will continue to look up to Stanley in my art and in my life for the opportunities he sacrificed for me.